What's up, you guys? Welcome to Testify Tuesday, episode 8. Thank you for listening in on the podcast. It has been an amazing time getting this all done, being able to flow into all of you. And I just thank you for allowing your hearts to be open to receiving the messages that I have to bring toward you every single week. If you are on the Facebook Live watching this, feel free to come on over every Tuesday as I record this podcast live. I don't have a specific time, but I do pop in every Tuesday to lay down things that are close to my heart. I won't lie. Today I struggled. I struggled with what I should talk about because I felt like I have so much knowledge, yet oftentimes I feel like I have nothing to say. And I thought that led into our topic today of comparison will kill your joy. I know that my purpose is to empower women, fight for equality, be a ray of hope, and be the ray of sunshine. That is my purpose. That is what I do. I love women. I'm all about women. I need everything about women in my life when it comes to cosmetics and fashion and momming and being a woman, being a wife, all the things that come around to me. I know I am meant to pour into other women. That is my calling. So I have 5 sons, which makes it really difficult when you are geared towards helping and evolving women. And I have these young men looking up to me. And it wasn't until last year where someone said something to me that just struck me to my core. Although I don't know what it feels like to be a man, they get to experience firsthand what it's like to experience being a man in a woman's world. That's huge, right? Because they're the next generation. They're going to be the ones that see that women don't have to have glass ceilings, that the roles are reversed. Like for us, I'm the primary breadwinner in my home, and my husband is the stay-at-home nurturing type, and he's been nurturing forever. So my boys get to experience life from an angle that the average young man wouldn't. And oftentimes we do that when it comes to comparison. We feel really good about what we do. I've been on this fitness journey now for about 8 weeks, and I've been so pumped up. Got so much energy. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm watching what I'm eating. I'm losing the inches. I'm doing me. Yet when I look at people that started their journey when I started, they're skinnier, they're toner, they're faster. It feels like they're better, right? It feels like they're going faster. There's people in my business, they partner at the same time that I did, yet they are the number one income earners. They are the ones that are killing it. They're the influencers all over the boards. Or they came in after I did, but they seem further than where I am. Listen, if you compare, it will kill all of your joy. I had to learn the hard way that in order to really flourish and be 100% authentically me, I had to understand that her success wasn't my failure. Her success actually meant that it is possible. Right? Because we don't usually know something is done until someone does it. I can run a mile in 7 minutes. But if you'd asked me that 8 weeks ago, I could not run a mile in 20 minutes. I have built my endurance up enough where I went from 20 minutes to 7 minutes. How did I know 7 minutes was possible? Because I saw someone else do it. You have to understand that who you are and what you are and who you are meant to be and where you are going is a reflection of who you are today, not where your sister is today. Because her journey is her journey, and she's had to overcome, and she's had triumphs, and she's had fears to face, and she's had things to do. And oftentimes we use comparison as a way of being a crutch to self-sabotage. It's not that she's better. It's not that we think she's better. It's not that when we look at it and we say, oh, you know what? If I could just be her, if I could just have this, if I could just be that. Oh, see, I'm not as cute as her. I'm not as bubbly as her. I'm not as outgoing as her. We use that as a crutch to give us a reason to not show up. So I'm telling you, every time you compare yourself to someone else, you're truly saying, I'm not enough. Her success is not your failure. And her winning means that there's room for you to win too. when you think she's prettier than me, what you're telling yourself is, I'm not good enough. Look, there she goes. She sold more products than I did. What you're saying is, I'm not going to try harder. There she goes. She's traveling with her family again. In reality, what you're saying is, I'm not good enough. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, it is a reflection of you. So on the opposite side of that, if you experience a lot of what's considered hateration or comparison, envy, people that are looking or you perceived as looking down on you, that just means you're doing something right. Because oftentimes we decide how far we want to go based off of how far someone else has gone. So if they're looking at your life from their perspective lens and it looks like that you are killing it and you're doing all the things and you're in your own right and you are being world-class service and you are serving people all around the world, it's truly a reflection of what they see that they could have done had they only tried. So it's not usually ever about you while other people look down on you or look down on what you do. It is oftentimes a reflection of where they want to be. So instead of thinking you're not good enough, why don't you brainstorm to overcome? Listen, success leaves clues. So if you see someone that is killing it or somewhere that is at a level that you would like to be, observe them, study them, become a student of it. Look at what they're doing, see a commonality of it. There's influencers in the business that I'm in, and I did that for 2 weeks. I put all of them as my see first. I watched the things that they posted. I watched how their photos popped, how they edited things, how they worded things, links that was post, certain times that they post. Because although they may all be posting something different, the root is still the same to marketing, correct? So I wanted to see what the best of the best is of what I considered the best. Remember, it is all perspective. So what you consider the best and what you consider your best, please know it is good enough. You are good enough. 2, after I wrote down everything that they did, the times they did it, how they positioned themselves, how they showed up, then I begin to mimic it. It is not faking it until you make it if you are practicing to become who you know you can be. We all have to have a practice rule book. Any sport that you are in, there is something called the playbook. And the coach goes off of the plays, and all the players in the game play off the same playbook. That's exactly what marketing is. This is a playbook of what worked for them to be successful. Now, all 5 players are on the basketball court. They all got the same playbook. But what happens? You have your shooter that's willing to take a little bit more chances, to do a little bit more harder, that goes in a little bit further, that doesn't mind taking the downs and the elbows and the knees, and they're flying all across the court, but they get up again and they shoot again. That is what make good players great. They see the adversity, they see how hard it's going to be, they study the competition, and they rise up together because it's not really competition, it's just the rule book. It's just the playbook to become who you want to be. Take notes and then duplicate it and then make yourself better. There is a program called Plan, Do, Review. And I'll explain very briefly what that means. Plan, Do, Review means you plan it out. You get your planner and you plan out how you want it to be. Say, for instance, you want to be a jelly maker. So you go and you research all the ingredients that you need to be a jelly maker. You got all your ingredients done. You write out your recipe. You try the recipe. You taste it. You see what you like about it. You see what you don't. And then you do it again. And you now take the feedback from the first jelly that you made. I like the way it tastes, but I didn't like the consistency. I like the way this looked, but I really want to change the jars. Then you do that. In the second phase, you do it, and then you stop, review it. Okay, here's what I liked this time. Here's what I didn't like. This worked the first time, and it got better this time. You see where I'm going with this? Plan, do, review. Plan it out, do it, review it, do it again. That is the truest way of becoming your best self. You have to get in the game and practice. None of us ever know what it takes to get started. You don't have to start You don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. And that is one of the biggest things. And can I tell you, no one is going to believe in you. No one is going to compare to you. No one can be what you authentically are meant to do in this world. Because whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. Point 3, no one does anything alone. So after you've done plan, do, review, I need you to know that none of us succeed alone. So find you an accountability partner. Find you someone that's willing to work with you and run alongside of you. Hold each other accountable. Be pacing partners. Now listen, don't find you a partner that's really in invisible competition with you, because that's something we're trying to overcome as women. We don't want to always have to be in competition. This is meant for growth. So find someone that you know that you can trust and that you love, and be business accountability partners, life accountability partners. I have several. I have a wife accountability partner, a mom accountability partner, a fitness partner, and a business partner. They're all different people, and I have relationships with all different one of them. I don't expect one person to be everything that I need, because I am everything that I need. Everything that you need to succeed is already within you. You already have all the talents in you, all the way down to your pinky toe, girl. I am telling you, you can do whatever it is that you want in this world with small preparations and doing that plan, do, review. That's the only reason why I am successful. I see someone else, I take on what she's done, I put my Kenesha spin on it, I learn what I done, I learn what I need to do better, I am open to constructive criticism. I'll tell you a quick story. A few weeks ago, some stuff went down with the company that I'm partnered with, and I kept getting tagged by this particular business page. And it was like hateful comments of this page that was tagging me. It was to the gifs of, how could you represent a business that doesn't even recognize women that look like you? How could you're a disgrace to women of color. That was one of the things she said. You're a disgrace to women of color because your company does not recognize women of color. And she just kept attacking me, being a woman of color, on how I should be ashamed of myself for not being at a company that recognized what she considered could have been better for women of color. Long story short, I was open to that criticism, because although that was her opinion, it made me better. Oftentimes your critics will give you exactly what you need for the next level. So she was like spatting it all at me. You guys don't have enough foundation. You don't have this. The marketing is that. The website is this and this and this and this. And like gave me this wrong running list of what would be considered, I called it constructive criticism. Other people would call it bashing. I have never heard anything bad said about me that I could not make for my good. Point number 4. There has never been anything bad ever said about me that I could not make for my good. Please know, any lies, any despair, any betrayal, any bad that has happened for you, it is all meant to work together for your good. It is all meant to take you to the next level, because none of us go through anything for ourselves or by ourselves. It forces us to grow through things. And then we're able to use our testimony by sharing it to someone else to give them a ray of hope. So remember, there is no competition. It's only collaboration, and comparison will completely kill your joy. Be who you are meant to be authentically. Grow yourself. Be yourself. Please know, if you got anything out of this podcast, I would love it if you would share it along with someone else. Maybe someone else could use this encouragement. Feel free to hop over on Tuesdays at Kenesha Morrison. www.facebook.com/Kenesha Morrison. Catch me stream this live every Tuesday. I thank you guys for always turning in and for being here and just allowing me to have some space and some grace to grow alongside of you and with you. This is my Testify Tuesday, and I hope that you guys have a great day.